Hello, welcome. So, I am Dr. Nicole Smith with Antigravity Wellness, and this is another live that we're doing today. So, the purpose of these live sessions are to kind of create that rapport, have you guys get to know me a little bit better, and then have the opportunity to ask me questions, and I will answer them live. So, I am the founder of Antigravity Wellness, which is a virtual perimenopause and menopause practice. We do lots of different things, a lot more than what you're probably used to seeing from any other type of practice. I combine my background of fitness and coaching with that of being a nurse practitioner and specializing in hormone replacement for women. So it's a blended type of service where I don't just do your labs and give you medication. There's also nutrition, there's meal plans, there's fitness plans, there's an app that I have that I put my clients on to help them to stay accountable and keep track of things. There's weekly check-ins. So it's very comprehensive and I've had a lot of success with it. And it's been really, really amazing. This whole evolution of the practice and of me as a provider. It's been really fun. And I'm looking forward to continuing on this journey. I've transitioned fully into being virtual. So there's going to be a lot more interaction online and a bigger reach. I can get on to this type of a platform. And even if people don't watch live, I know it's in the middle of the day, doing a recording and having that available, publicly on the internet, on YouTube, I'm able to reach so many more people and to help so many more people than I could in a one-on-one situation. And I really love doing one-on-ones because I'm really able to get into like the details of what's going on with them, what their pain points are, how I can help them, because it is so much about customization of the plan. You can take a template, and templates are great. I use a lot of templates, but if you're not customizing it and optimizing it to your particular situation, because we're all a little different. Our lives are a little different, and your story is different. What you need is different than what somebody else needs, even within the same household, right? So to be able to take that concept and then, customize it to you, that's what I do inside of the practice with my one-on-one clients and even with my, kind of not really doing group coaching right now, but that is something down the road that I would be apt to look at. It's kind of hard from a provider position to do that because it's more of, people are coming to me for their labs and everything. So obviously there's some HIPAA compliance in there as well that we need to make sure I'm protecting people's privacy. So there's no really group options there. So some common questions that I get, and if you are here live, I see there's a couple of you. Hi. Thank you for joining me. You can definitely post some questions or later if you think of something, and you can always DM me or email me or something. So some of the most common questions that I get, one of them is, do I take insurance? And for my services, I will not be billing insurance. And there's lots of reasons behind that. I do provide a super bill, which you can submit to your insurance and see if they'll reimburse any. So insurance, there is hundreds of insurance policies out there and little nuances within each of them. And much of what I'm practicing is not necessarily covered by insurance. I go above and beyond what insurance would cover. So when you go to your primary care doctor, for example, you get like a 15-minute visit, you get like 3 complaints that you can tell them about, maybe, depends on the type of visit that you're there for. And then you get your medication, and then that's it. And you might get some really basic labs. Well, it really isn't the full story. And that's the sick care model that I am moving away from because it doesn't do the trick. It just doesn't get to the bottom of the root cause of what's really going on. And it's usually kind of too late. By the time that we can diagnose you with something, the damage is there. Like, we can do a lot to reverse a lot of things, but I'm trying to help people before they even get to that point, or to be able to even identify that there is something going on. I hear from women all the time who come to see me that I went to my primary doctor, I went to my OB, they did all the tests and they told me I'm fine. So they just gave me an antidepressant and sent me on my way, and I'm not feeling any better. And they're being disregarded. Like what they're feeling is not valid, or they just have to suck it up, or it's just part of getting old, or whatever the thing is. But it's really not true. There hasn't been a case yet where a woman or even a guy, when I was treating men too, has come to me and did not, we did their labs and we didn't find something that would explain or at least help contribute to how they were feeling, their symptoms that they were having. Um, Unfortunately, though, insurance doesn't necessarily cover all of those labs. I do my best to make sure that all the coding is there for the insurance company. So when you go to the lab, I will order them to a LabCorp or Interpath, and the lab will bill your insurance and based on codes and everything like that. So, but I myself, I'm just a solo provider, just little of me. And in order to do the level of service that I want to provide, if I took insurance, I wouldn't survive. I would not survive. I wouldn't be able to keep my practice open. And that's the sad state of like our healthcare system. That's why primary care providers um, are not doing so well. They're having a hard time. So, and I didn't want to practice like that. I didn't want to go into primary care and have to see 30 or more patients a day and really not actually feel like I helped anybody and then get burned out in the process. That didn't seem like a fun way to go. So I have created a different model. It's a blend. It's not necessarily all just healthcare. It's also this other functional wellness aspect of it and coaching aspect of it, which I think really gets more results, better results for my clients. So the other most common question I get, let's see, there's so many. I get a lot of questions about diet, like keto and fasting, intermittent fasting, and things like that. And then what's my stance on that? So I would say the only diet that I'm opposed to is the standard American diet, which is fast food, processed food all the time, junk food, low fiber, high sugar, high saturated fat and processed fats that makes us sick. That's the only diet that I'm going to say you really need to not be doing that. And then anything that causes inflammation. So if you have a sensitivity to dairy or gluten, and a lot of people do and don't even realize it, and you continue to eat those things, then yeah, you're going to have issues. So, but you get to make that choice. And so it's all about education and talking to people about, like, this is what's going on with your body, and getting people to like recognize that. So when I put them on a diet, like put them on a meal plan, and they're like, "Oh, Nicole, I can't, no matter what I do, I don't make any progress." And I'm like, "Okay, we'll see." So I get them on a meal plan, and within a few weeks, they're feeling better. And then sure enough, because, we live our lives, you're going to go out to eat and you will discover that it doesn't agree with you. And it's quite dramatic. And that's because you were feeling so good. Now feeling bad is like, whoa. But then you realize, oh, I felt like that all the time. And I just thought it was normal to have gastric distress and bloating and my skin breaking out and not sleeping well and all of these things and mood swings. It's amazing how much is tied to our diet. So as far as, um, is there a particular diet that you have to be on? No, you can eat whatever you want. You really can. Certain ways of eating, certain things you eat, certain amount of calories for your body are going to get you certain results. So it just depends on the results that you want to get. And I'm just here to help you to figure out, what that formula is for you and your body. So I myself, as far as like intermittent fasting, I am not a morning faster. I'm actually an evening faster. So I wake up really early. Like this morning, I got up at like just before 4 a.m. and like just woke up without an alarm. I was supposed to sleep until 5:30, but I wake up and my brain's going. So I got up and did my thing, did my cold plunge and drank my coffee. And then I had breakfast right away because I was hungry and I'm hungry in the morning. So I eat. I don't think you should like not eat when you're hungry because that is also like not the thing to do. You will likely just end up overeating later if you try and ignore those signals. So it's good to do that. So if you're hungry in the morning, you should eat in the morning. If you're not hungry in the morning and then you end up binge eating at night, well, that's something else that's going on there. And that needs to be addressed. So I actually stop eating usually um, around 4, but it depends on if I'm training, then I will have a post-workout meal, usually like a shake or something. So you want to make sure that you're not eating within that last 2 hours, 3 hours before bed, if at all possible. Sometimes it's not possible, um, and you just do what you need to do. But so there's some optimal things that you can do there. But everyone's, again, kind of going back to that first thing, everyone's a little bit different. So we just have to customize it to what they need and how we can address those things. So, all right. So those are the 2 most common questions I get. Do I take insurance? And what diet should I be on? Um, I will have other topics that I'll be talking about, going over, but definitely if there's any questions, I am happy to answer those at any time. I'm here to help you. And that's really my mission, is just to help. And if there's anything that you need from me, let me know. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next video.